You're in a little bit of an odd position. You're called Ready for Hillary. You exist because of her, but there's not a formal relationship. She could stop it. She hasn't stopped it. Like, what is the wink and nod?
Well, I don't think there is a wink and nod. I mean, we are truly separate.
What has she told you personally?
Nothing. I've never met Secretary Clinton.
That's pretty remarkable. You're running Ready for Hillary.
I think I saw like in the.
What if you don't like her?
That will not be a problem, Mike. That will not be a problem. I think I'd be more concerned she wouldn't like me.
What's your role with Ready for Hillary, which is basically the campaign in waiting?
So some of the lessons that we learned both in 2008 and in 2012 is if you want to run a national presidential campaign, there's a couple things that you have to do. The first is you have to start building relationships with people. And so one of the things that we're working with Ready for Hillary on is engaging constituencies that we know are going to have a big impact in 2016. And so engaging women voters, Latino voters, African Americans, young people.
Building that database of those people.
Yeah, well, not only the database, but also just the relationships, so that there is a structure ready if she were to announce.
And what are the legalities? Can you take that list and give it to a campaign, or would there have to be a Chinese wall? Or
What I can say is that we'll do whatever we decide to do will be done legally, but there is some complexities involved there.
Lightning strikes, Secretary Clinton doesn't run. What happens to Ready for Hillary?
If she were to decide not to run, I think a lot of that infrastructure would be transferable to whoever the nominee is. And so I think this is still additive towards Democratic politics as a whole.
What do we already know is going to be different about 2016 from 2012?
Well, if you just look at the census right now and follow, if you want to say a linear path, in 2016, it'll probably be 30 or 31% non-white. And so, number one, the electorate will be way more diverse. Second is, it's harder and harder to communicate with voters. The desperate view or opportunities to gather information is continuing to expand. And so you can't just focus on TV, you can't just focus on print, you can't just focus online, you can't just focus on offline. You're going to have to be much more creative in actually engaging people.
And one of the secret sauces of the Obama campaign was having people reach out to other people in their social network. So it was not necessarily the campaign contacting me, it was my buddy. Yeah. How is that going to evolve this time?
Well, I think messenger is just as important as message. And so you reaching out to your friends on behalf of the campaign is a much stronger contact than having a stranger or somebody that they've never met before reach out to them. And so that's one of the reasons that having a friend talk to a friend, a neighbor talk to a neighbor was the benchmark.
Can you, Mitch Stewart, an Obama guy, get as excited about working for her as you were for the president?
Well, you fall in love once, right, Mike? And so 2008 was a magical time, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't be very excited and very dedicated to help a potential Clinton campaign, because I know what's at stake, and she has our best shot at winning.
Getting people as excited about Hillary Clinton as they were about Barack Obama is going to be a job.
Well, that's what people said about 2012 from 2008. And actually, if you want to look, we had about 1.2 million volunteers in 2008. We had 2.2 million volunteers in 2012.
Okay, we have a lot of electoral wonks in our audience, so be very wonky here. How is a Hillary map going to be different than an Obama map?
It's going to be much bigger.
So you're talking about an enormous map?
Yes, enormous map. That's why I'm ready for Hillary, Mike.